The first type of vector we're going to look at is called a unit vector. We derive a unit vector from a given vector, and we do that by dividing the given vector by its length. So we want to find a unit vector which is parallel to this given vector r, and then we're going to draw both vectors. So first thing we've got to do is get the length of r. So we're going to get its length, or its magnitude. And remember, to get the length of the magnitude of a vector, you take the square root of the I component squared plus the j component squared. So we're going to have 9 plus 16, which is going to give us 25. So that's going to give us the square root of 25. And then we take the positive square root of that. That's just going to give us 5. So we've worked out the length of the given vector. Now we're going to find the unit vector. Now there's a little symbol that we use to represent the unit vector. If the original vector is r, then the unit vector will be r hat. So we just put a little hat, if you like, above it, a bit like an angle almost. So to get our unit vector, r hat, we divide the given vector by its length. So the given vector is 3i plus 4j. We'll put brackets around it, and then we divide that by its length. Its length is 5. So we can divide the I component by 5 and the j component by 5. So we're going to get 3/5 I plus 4/5 j. And that is our unit vector. So what I'm going to do now is draw both vectors. I'm going to draw the original vector, and we're going to draw the unit vector on the same I and j axes. So let's start with the original vector. So the original vector was 3i plus 4j. So we can put the tail of that vector, say, on the origin, and we're going to move 3 units to the right, and then we're going to move 4 units up. So 3 right and 4 up is going to bring us to there. So that's going to be the position of the nose. We're going to join those 2 points together. Remember, put the arrow direction. The arrow always points at the nose. So that is the vector r equals 3i plus 4j. Now we're going to draw the unit vector. So the unit vector is r hat is 3/5 I plus 4/5 j. So what I'm going to do then, again, it doesn't really matter where you choose to put the tail. I'm just going to put the tail in the origin again. And we're going to move 3/5 to the right and then 4/5 up. So 3/5 to the right. So every little one square is 1/5. So 3/5 to the right. And then we're moving 4/5 up. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to be there. So that's going to be the position of the nose. And then we're going to join those 2 points together. And then we'll put the arrow on it. The arrow always points at the nose. And then that's going to be the unit vector r hat is equal to 3/5 I plus 4/5 j. Now, what do you notice about the original vector and the unit vector? Well, first of all, they're parallel. Their arrow direction is the same. They're both going in the same direction. And the other thing is that the unit vector, the length of the unit vector is just 1 unit. That's why it's called the unit vector. Now, how do you know its length is 1 unit? Well, it's going to be the square root of the I component squared plus the j component squared. So that's going to be the square root of 9 over 25 plus 16 over 25, which is going to give you 25 over 25. So you're taking the square root of 1, which is just 1. So that's why it's called the unit vector, because it only has a length of 1 unit. So in summary, the unit vector is parallel to the given vector. Its arrow direction is the same as the given vector, but its length is just 1.